Hi there. Yes, once again we're debating if free speech is in danger in India. In a move which has caused widespread outrage on the net, the government on Friday night blocked over 70 internet addresses which contained content which was critical of the Indian Institute of Planning and Management led by high-profile businessman Arindam Chaudhary. Was this an example of censorship and an attack on free speech by the government? Or is Arindam Chaudhary within his rights to seek the blocking of internet content which he sees as defamatory? Let's first get you a report from Maheshwer Peri and then ask, is the mass blocking of material critical to IIPM justified?
Controversial business school, Indian Institute of Planning and Management, is facing flack after it managed to get online articles critical of itself and its head blocked. The Department of Telecom has asked internet service providers to block 78 URLs on orders from a court in Gwalior, which IIPM had approached. Interestingly, the blocked web pages include a UGC notification that IIPM is not a recognized institution. When we questioned him, IIPM's head Arindam Chaudhary accused the UGC of being corrupt.
I have a lot of business interests in mind, and my business interests can't be harmed by idiots lying and putting defamatory content and trying to pass it off as anything that is a right to freedom of speech.
Online articles IIPM managed to get blocked include those from well-known media organizations like Network 18-owned First Post, The Caravan magazine and Careers360. The move has met with a storm of protests.
A lower court would suddenly muzzle 25-30 big media organizations, responsible media organizations, and pass an order which ensures that nothing about a particular person, institute, or any of those kind of things would be stopped. That's a ridiculous thing in that sense.
Even Union Minister for Human Resources Shashi Tharoor tweeted outrage saying, "I have written to Milind Deora asking him to remove the DOT block on the UGC website." In New Delhi, Maheshwer Peri.
Minister Shashi Tharoor there calling for the lifting of that blocking of the UGC website. Joining us, Arindam Chaudhary, Chairman, Indian Institute of Planning and Management, Shivam Vij, blogger, founder of Kafila.org, Pawan Duggal, cyber law expert, Maheshwer Peri, publisher, Careers360 magazine, someone who has actually written an article on IIPM and also has had a number of cases filed against him by Arindam Chaudhary. We're asking the question, IIPM controversy, is the mass blocking of websites critical of IIPM justified? Arindam, let's kick it off with you. Over 70 URLs blocked by court order because of critical references to your institute, Indian Institute of Planning and Management. Is this not a severe attack on freedom of speech?
No, freedom of speech is in its place, but if it's anything, it's defamatory. Then one URL, 70 URLs or 7,000 URLs doesn't matter. If it's defamatory, it's got to go. And that's as clear as that. So, and this is how it's worldwide. In most of the countries, it's like that. And in US and everywhere else, it's going to shape up like that. So it's no big deal. The IT Act now clearly provides for a place where it says that if the court finds anything that's wrong, it's got to go. And it's a court which has given the order. It's as simple as that. You can't just write crap, go on writing, and then give a suggestion on Google as if it's true. You can't just tomorrow type IIPM and suddenly see a plethora of falsehood, because some of my competitors have employed about 30 odd people, and some of the people in this show as well. You employ people and then they keep clicking on it non-stop, 24/7, so that tomorrow when you type IIPM, only nonsense comes up. And what IIPM is not there.
Let's get a word from Shivam. Those facing defamatory, libelous content, why should they not have legal recourse?
But they have legal recourse. Defamation is a crime in the Indian Penal Code. I don't know if Arindam Chaudhary understands the meaning of the word defamation or not. Just because he says something is defamatory, it's not defamatory.
If the court says, in this case, the court has said very clearly, the court has found certain things defamatory, and therefore it has said, please block it till the case goes on. It's as simple as that. So don't tell me whether I know about defamation or do not know.
Okay, the court has given an
Sagarika, if
order.
you're going to interrupt each other, I'm going to leave the show.
No, you can leave the show. I don't care.
No, 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 no,
I
no,
don't care if you leave the show.
No, Arindam, hang on a second. The court
Basically,
has
you can
given
see
an
this man
order.
is a bully. That's what he's doing
Oh,
on the
yes,
internet as
fantastic.
well. He is a big bully.
Oh yes, I am a bully.
Until
The
you prove
court-
defamation.
It is the court which has said.
Until you prove defamation, you can't say it's defamatory. Now, it's an interim order which I have not seen.
That's
I have
how
not
the
been,
court
I have not
behaves.
even
That's
been
how the
able to
court does.
access the.
Right.
If the court finds prima facie possible defamatory content, it's not going to wait that, well, let me go through it for 20 years. And
Okay,
20 years,
let's get
let's screw IIPM. That's not
Let's
how
get
it's going to
Maheshwer
be.
Peri in here. Maheshwer Peri, the fact is the court in Gwalior gave an order saying these specific URLs should be blocked. In pursuance of that court order, the Department of Telecom blocked these URLs. But it's the Department of Telecom which perhaps engaged in overreach and ended up blocking domains as well. There you can blame the Department of Telecom, which was, after all, as Arindam is saying, simply complying with the court order from Gwalior.
Absolutely.
Sagarika, I think the larger issue is whether the court has been informed of everything that has happened till now before this blockade had come in. Let's talk about the UGC thing that's been blocked at this point in time. The UGC is carrying out a Delhi High Court order which has given it permission to every year issue a statement which says that IIPM is not an approved institute. Has the,
No, no,
has the,
Arindam,
has,
hang on a minute.
well, Arindam, you can't
No,
stop
hang
me,
on a minute.
Arindam.
Hang on
Arindam,
a
don't be a
minute.
big bully
No,
out
no,
here.
no, no,
Arindam,
no,
just stop this
I'll come to you in a
nonsense,
minute.
please.
Go ahead,
Arindam, just
Mahesh.
don't-
Has been given an
Yeah,
order.
yeah. I can read it out for you here, Sagarika. It's a Delhi High Court order passed by on June 27, 2008 by Justice Rajiv Shikdar, which says UGC shall, however, be free to extend awareness by way of advertisements or even through their website that the courses offered by the writ petitioner are not recognized by UGC, and the writ petitioner here is IIPM. So it's not just this. Even in the URL that's been blocked of Careers360, we have a High Court order. I personally have a High Court order from Delhi High Court which said that I can write whatever I want about IIPM as long as IIPM has been given a chance to respond to it and I publish it without modification. I have written what I wanted. Arindam could have any time written back to me saying this is my version of it. I would have carried it because it's a High Court order. Instead of going about it, I doubt whether that Gwalior District Court has ever known the facts
Arindam has
that most
nothing
of
to
these
do
articles
but
that I've
to
done
talk to
is
blackmailers.
only because, listen Arindam, only because,
Arindam has
because
lot of
I don't
things
think
to do.
Gwalior District Court has
He doesn't
even
talk
I have
to
a lot of
people
things
who
to
act
do,
on
Arindam,
behest
than
of
fighting you.
competitors.
Arindam, I have a lot to do more than talking to people like you. Please understand that. I care a damn about whether I talk to you or not. I
Terrific.
actually
Don't care
want
a
to-
damn.
No, no,
Who cares a
we
damn
have to.
about you?
Right,
No,
that's
we
it,
have
that
to.
is
No,
it. As
we
simple as
really
that.
have to have a.
Don't interrupt me.
We have to have a substantive debate here. Let's talk about the issues. Let's address the UGC
let's
question.
talk
Let's
about
address the
UGC,
UGC question.
absolutely.
Pawan Dugal, let me bring you in here. The UGC is public notice. This is a public notice giving notice to students about whose futures we are all concerned, saying that IIPM has been de-recognized. We can go into the motives
No,
later.
no, bullshit.
We can go to the
recognized. IIPM was never recognized.
was never recognized, but it
Yeah.
has given this particular notification which has now been blocked. If the UGC notification has been blocked, is this not interfering with the public good? Because students need to know that. Students whose futures we are concerned about need to know that. How can you block a UGC URL?
I'll explain that.
First and foremost, since the matter is sub judice, let's not comment on the merits of the case. Let that be decided by the court. But having said that, I believe that if the court has come to a conclusion that some particular website or a particular web page is defamatory and has directed its blocking, the Department of Telecommunications is well within its rights to go ahead and block. They cannot go ahead and block the complete website. That's a faux pas.
And
they will have to
one
face a
problem,
problem.
Sagarika, very quickly here is that when the court orders the blocking and DOT blocks, and my web page is one of the web pages blocked here, I'm
your
not
page,
I'm not
just a
I'm not
URL.
given one URL, yes, but that matters to me. I'm not given a chance to defend myself at all. I have not been made a party to it. I have not even been informed. I have not even been informed that my web page is blocked. I get to know through media reports.
But
This is not
Arindam,
how it should be.
let me put the charge that, is it that you are going to enormous lengths to suppress media criticism? Because what could be argued is, if people are providing certain facts against you and people are providing certain charges against you, why need to counter it fact for fact?
No,
Counter it
I'm
charge for
extremely
charge.
happy,
Counter
please.
it with argument. Why go to the courts and go in for blocking in this way?
I'll explain a few things, because here the key central thing is about the UGC. Now look, IIPM is not recognized. It has never sought any DGO recognized. It never in
So that's
any
exactly
of
what
its
UGC is
advertisements
saying, that you are
says
not recognized
that
by us.
we are a university, nor do we say that we are a
Is
degree.
there anything false in
I'll
the UGC
explain. I'll
notice?
explain.
Students
what
need
the
to know that.
problem is.
Students need to know that.
I mean,
Students
You
need to
don't
know
need to
that.
show the UGC notice.
I
I'll
have
tell
the-
you. When I am
Is there
also
anything
telling,
false in it?
no,
I'm asking
when-
questions.
I am telling you.
No,
I am
calm
telling
down.
you.
Okay, go ahead.
I am telling you what.
Okay, go ahead.
Calm
Shivam,
down.
let
I will
Arindam
tell
speak
what
and then
the
you can
problem
counter
is,
it.
because it's with me, so I'm going to tell.
Okay.
So UGC releases an ad that we are a fake university. Where's the question of university coming with respect to IIPM? IIPM is not a university. It has never claimed to give a degree. Suddenly you see an ad, so we go to High Court and we say we are not a university and UGC should be immediately asked to remove this. And High Court reprimands them, gets that removed in that order. The court is not always necessarily absolutely correct. Also writes that IIPM is not a university. If you want to tell the public, you can always tell. Now my point is, there are thousands of institutes in this country which are not under UGC.
But Arindam-
UGC doesn't release public notices about each of them, that they don't
But
come
Mahesh
under.
Peri just said this is because of a High Court order. The Delhi High Court
Arindam, then why?
No,
Then why?
asked UGC to say this.
That's what
But
exactly-
Arindam,
Delhi High Court has
No,
asked
not at
UGC
all.
to say this.
The High Court
And
has
it's
said
not saying anything
UGC
false.
can, and if UGC can, my point is UGC should tell it about ISB.
But the students should
UGC
know.
tool about-
The students
Absolutely.
must know the
About
status of
This
IIPM.
order
IIPM.
does not use the word
The
fake
students
university.
should know the status of
This-
IIPM. I think Mahesh wanted to come in. Maheshwar?
It should tell about 5,000 institutes.
And not just
that they are-
single out. Not
Absolutely.
just single out IIPM.
And
You
if
feel-
it does it, I will go to the court.
So have you filed a
and
defamation case against UGC?
I've gone to the court against UGC.
Okay. So
The
you
case is
feel
on,
you're being
and we are going to do that.
unfairly targeted.
Absolutely.
As you've often said, there's a conspiracy of the IIM mafia that is targeting you. The elite mafia is
a lot of people,
targeting you.
that's okay.
Your business
Google,
competitors are
Star Wars,
targeting you.
aliens, everybody's targeting you.
If
Mahesh
my
Peri.
business gets affected, I'm going to go to the court.
Okay, Maheshwar Peri.
Yeah. Sagarika, in this entire case, he keeps talking about ISB. ISB and IIPM are far apart.
Oh,
ISB
yes.
never claims that it even gives a diploma. Forget about UGC, forget about MBA. Arindam
IIPM
Chaudhary
also
every time
doesn't
claims
claim
he's
that
giving
it
an
gives an MBA or a diploma.
Okay.
Arindam, take out your ad. It says MBA. Every time it says
please
MBA.
check out the
it gives
ad.
an
It's
MBA
there
from an
to
institution
think
called
beyond
IIM.
MBAs
It's a
and
fake
BBAs.
institution. You just go through it, Arindam. You know your ad as
Please,
much
you
as I
do
know.
it.
It's been already been settled in Uttarakhand. It's already been settled in Uttarakhand High Court, where I actually trumped you down completely, where the judge said that truth shall prevail and your case against me has been dismissed. So every single time when you go to the court, it always comes back to you that you're on the wrong side. People in Karnataka haven't paid back. The last 1 month, if you see, people in Indore, people in Gurgaon, people in Bangalore have filed
Congratulations.
cases. or have come on the
Congratulations.
Okay, let me get you to
court.
respond to what.
Yeah.
Arindam, let me
Fantastic
get
for
you to
Fantastic
respond to
for
what
you.
Mahesh is saying.
Yeah.
These protests that are there in Gurgaon, December 23rd, 2012, IIPM students in Gurgaon held a demonstration saying they have been
Absolutely. I'm
duped.
going to tell.
In Indore,
Yes, I'm going to
no,
tell.
let me read out the list. In Indore, on January 19, 2013, protests at IIPM Indore with students saying that they have been defrauded by the university.
Yeah.
A PIL
Yeah.
filed by Sudha Priya, former student, saying that action needs to be taken to prevent more students from joining IIPM. Why are there so many protests against you? Why are there so many student protests?
This is an institute called ISB, where we tie up with government recognized universities, where if you become a student of our university, you can also join that university and get a degree. Government recognized UGC, under UGC universities which tied up with us. Now, if they have done a false paper signing, I do not know. First of all, that's not proven, or not have they said. Now, what's happening is, government universities in the entire country, they keep delaying examinations. They announce a date, and I've got proofs that
No,
time
but
after
why
time-
are so many students
Yeah, so-
protesting
so
against
exactly,
you?
because time after time, if there is a government recognized university which is announcing a date of exam, and then suddenly 2 days before the date of the exam says 14 days later the exam will happen, and then again 14 days after
why these people are protesting against them but not IIPM?
another 1.5
Then why are the
months-
students not protesting against those institutes? Why are they
because
protesting
they have
specifically about
joined-
yours?
They have joined an institution of IIPM, which is clearly written on a website that ISB is
Okay,
just
I
an
have a few
institution
questions.
floated by IIPM, and it is not the primary IIPM, number one. Number two, in ISB, we have a tie-up with them, and if those universities are delaying, then students are protesting.
No, but
and
they're
they have
just but
explained. And also,
Arindam, why is there just so much bad press about you
No,
in the media, in the blogosphere,
No,
among the
these are
students?
the two,
Why
three-
why
no,
has all this?
wonderful.
Why is all this coming out?
These
You
are
have
the
to
2-3
explain
cases
why.
I'm completely agreeable to.
No smoke
that-
without fire.
I'm completely agreeable that we tied up with universities, and they kept delaying examinations, and students got agitated. We have Now no tie-ups.
So you need
Students
not
have-
made any fault.
So
You're not at fault at all.
students have all left those universities.
Okay.
And there is no problem anywhere in the country anymore.
Right.
So this is my answer.
Let's take a short break at this point and come back and ask, are there differing definitions of defamation and what is libel? I have here an article from Caravan magazine on sweet smell of success, how Arindam Chaudhary made a fortune of aspiring and insecure Indian middle class. Is that necessarily defamation or is it criticism? And if we are going to interpret criticism as defamation, are we then looking at the heavy hand of censorship? After the break. Welcome back to Face the Nation. We're asking, IIPM controversy, is the mass blocking of websites critical of IIPM justified? Arindam, you have filed 500 million defamation suit against Caravan magazine.
Absolutely.
But the sweet smell of success, as I read out the title of that article, it seems to me on a general reading is a balanced article. It's a profile of you. It's a comprehensive article. How can you interpret such an article as defamation
Fantastic.
and
The
seek to block the URL?
Article is generally pretty balanced. We have picked up points in the article which are clearly defamatory and went to the court, and Siddharth could have removed those points and taken out his book. If he didn't remove those points which are defamatory, where it says the IIPM director, that's my father, Dr. Maheshwer Chaudhary, his degrees in PhD and DSc are fake, then that is defamatory, because Hochschule School of Economy in Berlin
Maheshwer Peri
was East Germany's largest economics institute, from where my dad did it. Now, after the Berlin Wall broke down,
Maheshwer Peri, you have written several articles. You've written an article on IIPM. Are you convinced that you have all the facts, you have all the evidence, you have all the details are you confident that you have solid evidence to say what you did in that article on IIPM, best only in claim, that article that you wrote in 2008 in Careers360?
Sagarika, if I'm not convinced, I would not fight the case. I'm telling you, this is a case worth my time, and I will fight it. I fight it out till the end.
Let's
For the
see
one
who
simple
wins the
reason,
case.
I think no one in this country has can be given the power to takes a lot of careers and lives out of the system. And what this institute has been doing continuously and routinely, you go and check the government
be
of India
very
website,
careful
you have
about what you
complaints
say,
of how
because
IIPM
this
has not
institute
refunded the
has
stipend.
about
Yeah,
40,000 people
No,
who have passed out.
take it.
40,000
Arindam,
students have passed out on extremely well placed. So be
Arindam, file
extremely
another case.
careful
I
about
don't
what you say
care.
about
Coming back to
IIPM.
the- if-
Oh, Arindam, you
coming
file
to the
another
blocks,
case.
I have
Don't
a
worry
few
about that.
questions.
File another case,
Don't you
man. Don't
dare
worry
say
about
it is
that. I'm
played with
taking care of
anybody's
myself.
life.
Oh yes, please take file another case. Don't worry about that. I'll say what I want to say.
Some of the blogs.
Oh yeah.
Here is a Wall Street Journal interview of Siddhartha Dev. Very mild interview. Most of it is
Very
not
nice.
even about
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Why is this blocked? I want to know why is this blocked.
If this is not defamatory,
So, I'm telling you. Tell me what is
my
defamatory.
friend, I just told
This
you it's a channel partner who has put
No, no,
these.
so-
And I have given in my press statement
What's
yesterday.
wrong with
So let
satire?
me-
What's wrong with the
Yeah,
humor?
yeah,
Continue channel partner.
problem.
Let me
So
speak.
I am going to
Also
go
let
through
others
them,
speak.
and I will
Be
tell
tolerant, be
that-
democratic. Let others speak. Just a second,
Absolutely,
sir. Just a
absolutely,
second.
please.
This is a spoof article on a site called Unreal Times, which says, "Dare to search beyond Google. Arindam Chaudhary to launch ponytail search." Do you think they should be blocked?
Absolutely not.
So why is this blocked?
It is blocked because my channel partner has put the case, and
Don't you think your channel partner is bringing you
My
bad
friend,
reputation by
my
blocking
friend,
stuff that is
my
just
friend,
making
I have been made a party in January. I am going to file my reply now. I have not yet filed.
No, so-
and I have already in my reply yesterday said anything that is satire, that is not defamatory. I am not going to
what about
contest
news?
them.
What about
I'm not
news?
going to- If it is a news,
What
I'm
about
going to
news?
definitely
Let me just bring
No,
in
what
another
about
point.
news? No, just a second, sir. What about
if
news?
anything is based on falsehood, I am going to contest
Is
it.
there-
Simple news
is
by the
there-
legal correspondent of the Indian Express saying court asks IIPM UGC to clarify an affiliation. It's about a PIL file. It's a news item. It has comments of the court oral
Yeah,
remarks.
because it is
Why should this be blocked?
It is based
This is-
upon an UGC notification which is illegal.
This is not about
But
UGC.
Arindam,
This
surely,
is not about UGC.
but surely you cannot want to propagate the cause of censorship. Surely not.
No, I
Surely you
don't-
do not want to propagate
I'm
the cause
not-
of blocking of
No,
free
Sagarika,
speech.
I'm not talking about blocking of free speech. Please go to the internet and fill it up. By
Okay,
no,
writing,
one last question.
Arindam
One
is
last
an
question.
idiot.
No.
Okay, Arindam is ugly. He has bad sense of dressing. Please feel free, and I'm not going to.
Are you pleading guilty
I'm
about all
not.
that?
I'm not going to go there and please tell them. Oh,
No,
please don't do this. How can
okay,
you
let
do
me-
that?
let me-
just one last
if
question.
you try to do some falsehood which affects my business, I am going to
No.
sue you. I am
Okay.
going to put defamation
you-
cases
That's
of
your
500
legal
million.
recourse.
Yeah,
That's your legal
absolutely.
recourse.
One
Okay,
last
Pavan
point.
Dugal,
In 2005, you said you will sue Gaurav Sapnes for
I didn't do
125
that.
crores.
I didn't do
You
that
sent him a
finally.
legal
Gaurav
notice.
Sapnes, the
By the way,
IBM
I didn't do
salesman
that.
who in fact then lost his job from IBM.
I didn't do that. I
No,
didn't go behind him.
you've been crying defamation for 8 years now. How many defamation cases have you won?
That's your
How
damn
many
lucky.
defamation
Because
cases have you won?
I have put the cases against UGC.
No,
I'm
but
not going to go behind.
you always keep
individuals.
saying, I'll
This
sue,
is-
I'll
no,
sue.
No, I have done it.
Yesterday-
I have done it.
No, no,
Don't
you've
worry.
done it, but how
I've
many
done
you
it.
won?
But
I've done
Arindam,
it with
again the
UGC,
question
I've done it
arises.
with AICT,
The question
I've done it
arises:
with Maheshwer
why
Peri.
are so many people writing against you?
No, if
Why
they
are so many people
no,
writing against you?
Please write
You
against
said
me.
Google is a conspiracy against you.
Absolutely,
Aliens,
absolutely.
Martians,
No
Americans.
aliens, Martians. Don't
Why
please
are you so
create
paranoid?
story. Don't be
Why are you so paranoid?
Don't say such stupid
Why
things
do you
about
take it
aliens and
personally?
Martians.
Why do you think everybody is out to get IIPM?
Google has
Okay.
lost cases.
Okay,
in
let me just
Italy,
bring in Pavan Dugal.
Australia,
But not
Let me
in
just bring in
IIPM.
Pavan
No,
Dugal.
they will
Pavan
lose it.
Dugal,
We'll see.
the legal
Time
point.
will
The
see.
legal
I
point.
will take
No,
it.
no,
Time
just hang
will
on. Let me just pursue this legal point. A Gwalior court has given this order. A number of others, smaller courts have given orders on Arindam's cases. Kamrup from Uttarakhand, from Silchar, cases have been filed. I mean, is this a disturbing trend to you that smaller courts are putting the clamp on media freedom?
Well, it's not disturbing because what the courts are doing, they're empowered to do. The bigger question is, there's a need for coming up with appropriate guidelines for all stakeholders, whether it's the courts, whether it's law enforcement, to determine what all is the limited ambit of blocking. You cannot take the broom of blocking and start brushing all across. Somewhere down the line, the governments of the world and the relevant stakeholders have to realize that blocking is a failed experiment from the word go. Today is so ineffective.
The Streisand effect, in fact, the more you block, the more it spreads, as we have established. Go ahead.
Pavan, don't you think it's important for the courts also to ask the aggrieved parties to defend themselves before passing a blocking order?
And that's a great point that Shiva makes, because that's a problem in the law. The law does not give you an opportunity of being heard before your website is going to be blocked. And once your website is going to be blocked, hold on, it will not even give you an effective remedy of how to get your website deblocked. You can take months. And that's a problem in the law and the IT Act.
We have to leave it there, unfortunately.
If it finds defamatory, it blocks, and then they have to prove it's non-defamatory to get it open. Because
Right.
there is
But
a
you know,
high chance
but
that it is defamatory.
Arindam,
It's going to harm my business.
But Arindam, the other option is to make a representation to Google, because I have here, all Google does is index web pages. All you have to do is make a representation to Google and they won't index the page. So in the Google search, the defamatory content about you will not come up.
Yeah,
No, the site
you can
don't
make-
have-
you can make a representation to Google.
So not only we have made
Why seek
representation
legal
to Google,
recourse?
the court has also ordered Google, and Google says that it is bound by American laws and not Indian laws, and that therefore it has not done it. And that's when this final act happened.
Okay, that's when the final act happened. There is still outrage at this blocking. Arindam Chaudhary saying this is defamatory content and therefore it has to be blocked. The bloggers, Maheshwer Peri saying that this is Shivam Vish giving the thumbs down there. Perhaps we
All
can
the
show
best,
him there.
all the
giving
best.
the thumbs
That's a
down.
joke.
Giving the thumbs down, saying no blocking.
All such people will be
please.
blocked very
okay,
soon.
but we're completely out of time.
Let's
Mahesh
see.
Peri,
Hang us.
Pavan Dugal, Arindam Chaudhary.
Why will we hang you?
Shivam Vish.
Why not?
You'll
Thanks
be
so much for
behind
joining us.
jail
What are you
if
telling
you
us?
put anything
In fact, is this
I'd love to
ban,
be behind.
is this blocking justified? 73 are there saying no. That's not a very, so it's not popular in them. 73 there saying
So many
this
things are not
blocking
popular,
is
doesn't
not
matter.
justified. Thanks so much for watching Face the Nation. This has been a fiery exchange indeed.